started.
Do you prepare the disaster? So according to the Japanese website, the 1 out of 3.4 Japanese people had experienced 4 victims to natural disaster. So we cannot avoid from disaster. Yeah, nowadays we can search how to prevent the natural disaster by Google, but it is no meaning after natural disaster occurred. Because you know it, you cannot prepare anything after natural disaster occurred. Because if you want to buy something, of course the convenience store or grocery store is broken. Also the road is also broken. So how you can go to their shop and how you can buy them? So that's why we have to prepare the disaster. From now on, I will upload some videos about the disaster prevention from the viewpoint of the disaster prevention expert. So today's topic is the definition of natural disaster and the importance of understanding natural disasters, then the place of the natural disasters. So first of all, there are so many types of the natural disaster, such as earthquake, tsunami, volcanic eruption, hurricane, typhoon, cyclones, tornadoes, floods, landslides, and so on. So there are so many kind of disasters, and the characteristic is totally different among them. So first, earthquake. So earthquake is you can remember it's just shaking a ground. If I can say the more details, so earthquakes are sudden and violent shaking of the earth's crust caused by the release of energy from within the earth's surface. They occur most frequently in areas where tectonic plates meet. The place is limited where it mainly occurred, but in technically the earthquake can be occurred or any place in the world. Next one is a tsunami. When we hear tsunamis, you image that it's after occurring the earthquake, the tsunami is coming from the seaside to the land side. Tsunami is a so big wave. Tsunamis are ocean waves caused by large-scale disturbances of the ocean, such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or landslides. Some of you imagine that tsunami can occur by only the earthquakes, but actually it can be occurred by the large-scale disturbances. Not only earthquakes, but also volcanic eruption or landslides. And they can cause significant damage to coastal communities and infrastructures. And you can imagine the location is mainly only the coastal areas, so particularly in the Pacific Ocean, Ring of Fire, and around the Indian Ocean. So next one is the volcanic eruptions. So volcanic eruptions occur when molten rock, ash, and gas escape from a magma chamber beneath the Earth's surface. They can be explosive and most common in areas where tectonic plate meets. So location is mainly volcanic regions such as Pacific Ring of Fire, Mediterranean, and Indonesia. So actually, all of the mountain is not a volcanic mountain. Only the place where volcanic mountain located, the volcanic eruptions can be occurred. And hurricanes, typhoon, and cyclone. Hurricanes, typhoon, and the cyclone are same meaning actually, but we can call them based on the location of them. The hurricane, typhoon, and cyclone are all tropical storms with rotating winds and the thunderstorms that produce heavy rain. They can cause significant damage to coastal communities and infrastructure. Hurricane is occur Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, and typhoons are Pacific Ocean, and cyclone is the Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, and South Pacific. Next one is the tornadoes. Tornadoes are rapidly rotating columns of oil that can cause significant damage to buildings, infrastructure and community. So location is mainly central United States, but yeah, it can occur anywhere in the world. Next is a flood. Floods occurs when water overflows from its normal course and covers land that is usually dry. They can be caused by heavy rainfall, snowmelt, or the failure of dams or levees, and can cause significant damage to buildings, infrastructure, and communities. The flood can be occurred flood-prone areas, including the river valleys, coastal area, and low-lying regions. And next is a landslide and the mudslides. A landslide is a movement of rock, earth, or debris down the slope, while a mudslide is a movement of mud and the debris down the slope. Location of the landslide and mudslides are hilly mountain areas with a steep slope, and particularly those affected by heavy rain or seismic activity. Today I recap of types of natural disaster and their location, and you can understand the importance of the preparation for the natural disaster. So from next video I will explain the detail about each natural disaster. So please check it out next video.
Thank you for watching our video. Please push the button and subscribe our channel.